The difference between Kuwait and Iraq is Saddam Hussein printed so much money that their dollars were superinflated. They had to add zeros to their currency. Kuwait didn't add any zeros. If Iraq is going to go to that exchange rate of $3.28, they're not going to do it with these inflated dollars. They're first going to delete the zeros, then they'll change the exchange rate. That means your 25,000 dinar is only going to be 25 dinar. For us Americans, when we go to make our exchange, we now have a 25 note, times $3.28. Your 25 note is now worth $82. Is there a possibility they keep the zeros on there? Yeah, there's a possibility. Anything is possible, but the odds are they're going to remove the zeros. The Kuwaiti dinar has always been the same denominations. Nothing has changed. When Iraq invaded Kuwait, you had quarter, half, 1, 5, 10, 20. After Iraq was chased out, Kuwait just redenominated their currency. They changed the way the banknotes looked is all they changed. They didn't have to change the nominal value of the dollars. There never was a need to delete the zeros. Their currency was not inflated like Iraq's was. There was no inflated dollars, there wasn't a revalue, there was just a reinstatement. They just had new-looking bank notes. That was it. When Iraq invaded Kuwait, Iraq's currency were lower denominations and their rate was $3.22. Sometime in the 90s China decided they were going to raise the value of their currency by just a little bit. The speculation ran wild, so the government of China decided to put out a full-page ad in their newspaper that made it very clear, no, our government is not in the process of adding value to our currency. 3 days later the Chinese yuan went up in value by a little small increment. Whoa! Why would you deny it? Iraq is the third largest Arab nation with gold holdings. Iraq's possession of gold has reached 152 tons. Let's think about the values of other currencies in the region, like Jordan and Kuwait. Iraq is trouncing most of them in resources, physical gold, etc. Iraq is making their case to support their higher value. And Iraq is diversifying with non-oil revenues to support their currency. This is for safety and stability. Dr. Shabibi always said that if Iraq was safe and stable, he would give them a more valuable dinar. Iraq is one of the most safe and stable countries in the region and they are working hard at it. I have to start off with some really good news, actually some wow news. We can see the path now and very clearly. So, finally we get word that Iraq has met all its requirements to join the World Trade Organization, W.T.O. This does not make the RV imminent. All these recent activities and events matter, and the RV is a byproduct of all these events, not a singular event in itself. The view is now in sight, and the writing is on the wall. So much on the wall that I do not believe anything is going to stop it short of a major disaster. The Council of Ministers, who we've been talking about a lot, have been in the news with al-Sudani. He had 2 COM meetings in one day, which is unheard of. You can see where this is headed. What they're painting a picture of is Iraq is imminently going into the international world. Sudani has said he wants to raise the purchasing price of the dinar for all Iraqis, both at home and abroad. He has also said he wants to restore the dinar to its former glory. The United Nations Development Programme presented a summary of recommendations and steps to combat corruption in the entire Arab region and in Iraq, which were agreed upon during a forum held in the Iraqi capital, Baghdad, including facilitating government operations, adopting e-government and artificial intelligence, enhancing the role of women and youth, partnership between public-private partnerships, and strengthening civil society, in addition to establishing an Arab Observatory for Integrity and Transparency. The UN report, which was followed by Shafaq news agency, stated that Iraq hosted the second forum to promote transparency and good governance from September 10 to 12, 2024, with the participation of more than 300 people from more than 29 countries, which constituted a major step in Iraq's efforts to combat corruption and promote sustainable solutions in the Arab region. The report pointed out that the forum, which was held in Baghdad, was organized in cooperation with the Arab Administrative Development Organization, Transparency International, and the United Nations Development Programme, and was hosted by the Federal Integrity Commission, under the patronage of Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani. The report indicated that the forum focused on the theme of integrity, an essential element in an age of complexity and opportunity, and was partially funded by the European Union, and enjoyed significant international participation from governments and organizations. The report explained that the world faces interconnected challenges, in terms of conflicts, climate crises and digital divides, noting that these represent particularly difficult challenges in the Arab region, and these are complexities that make it difficult to curb corruption and enhance transparency.